Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams.
And welcome in to another episode of Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad Bryan to my right, your left. I am Eli Moon. The intro video worked out a little well, way better than.
You remember to click off. I'm so proud of you, man.
I'm on fire. I'm on fire. You know, we've had some strong days.
Pretty strong start. Should we just end it?
Yeah, 2 minutes in, we're done. All right, everybody, and see you next week. We're taking tomorrow off too. No, oh my goodness, we are blessed to be back here with you. It's a Wednesday edition of Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Like I said, Chad Bryan to my right, your left. I'm Eli Moon. The QR code right above Chad's head over. He's gonna point to it. Boom, he got it right there. That takes you right to our website, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. to the partners page where you can go to Fanatics, as you heard at the beginning. A lot of great stuff there on Fanatics, and some of our other sponsors we'll talk about later on throughout the show that we are honored to be partnering with and bring it to you guys. So obviously Fanatics, some great stuff, and on there you might find some MLB jerseys and some hats and things like that. Very, very exciting. We're going to talk about some MLB opening night, and we just, two baseball guys. We can't wait to talk about that, of course. And later on, we'll talk about the NCAA, some crazy stuff going on there with two very prestigious schools, two colleges there. And then we got to go Wayback Wednesday, of course. So before we get into all that, my bro, Chad Bryan, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I forgot it was a Wednesday again until you just said it was a Wednesday edition. And I had to hover my mouse over the date. I was like, is it Wednesday? Did he miss that? No, it's Wednesday. Apparently, I teleported right past Tuesday. Tuesday teleportation. That's a new segment of the show.
There you go. All right, I'm writing
that. Tuesday. Forget Tuesday. I guess it's gone. It's Wednesday. Guess what, Eli? I feel pretty good because the ABS system was used tonight already. Did you see that? Jose Caballero, Yankee shortstop, tried to challenge a pitch. He lost. And apparently, Netflix, the viewers on Netflix didn't even get to see it. So I don't know what happened there. I'm not sure exactly what went down. I told you I've had a whole evening. It's been a crazy night here. But haven't even been in front of a TV. But I did see that the score of that game, the last I saw was 7-0. Is it still 7-0? Yeah,
it is still 7-0. Yep, bottom seventh there.
Yankees leading the Giants. So, Jose Caballero has the distinction, the notoriety, I guess, of being the first player to challenge a pitch with the ABS system, and he lost. So,
well, hey. Well, that'll be that is history. And you know what? I thought let's dive into that game. You know, you're mentioning the Yankees and Giants. This Yankees offense, I mean, obviously they were a problem last year. Aaron Judge, 3 MVPs, 2022, 2024, and 2025. He's one of, I believe, 13 players in MLB history to have 3 MVPs. I mean, he's an absolute phenomenon, and he's not even having the best of games tonight. He struck out twice. It's really been the other guys in this offense, Giancarlo Stanton, Ben Rice. I mean, some of these other names, Ryan McMahon, you know, they've just made an impact. Max Fried, we talked about him before we got on air here. He is going to be a problem for the Yankees this year, and a good problem for them and a bad problem for everybody else that has to go against them. And the fact that they're doing this against a guy in Logan Webb, who we got a chance to look at, you know, him earlier on this year in the World Baseball Classic, literally just a few weeks ago. Yeah. And obviously with Aaron Judge, getting a few extra looks at Aaron Judge probably throughout the World Baseball Classic. Hence, probably the extra success tonight with a few strikeouts. But everybody else, he hasn't had those extra looks really against, and they have made him pay. And that's really been the thing here. The Giants, I believe it's Tony Vitiello's managerial debut, or at least Giants debut. So that's interesting enough, and it seems like right now he's not going to get the W in this one. But it seems like the Yankees just, Yeah, you know,
start 0-1, man.
Yeah.
It's too short of a season, Eli. You can't start 0-1. You
at home? Are you kidding me? But you know, seriously though, it seems like he's not going to get the W. The Yankees seem to be the big story here, though. The Yankees seem that they're going to be another year of them being in the way of not only the Guardians here in Cleveland, as we obviously are based here in Cleveland, Ohio, where you're digital leader for sports, entertainment, and mental health conversations. So thanks for tuning in. But yes, the Guardians, and of course, everybody else in that AL. You know, the Seattle Mariners, who the Guardians will take on tomorrow. And again, we'll be with you at 9 p.m. to get you ready for that Guardians-Mariners opening night for the Guardians. But this Yankees team, this lineup, they are going to be a problem. And it just goes to show you, if you spend some money, which they've done since I've been born, since you've been born, I mean, the Yankees spend money, then you'll be in a position where you'll at least be competitive. And that's where it's really been. They just have so much juice in this lineup. And like I said, Fried on the mound has just looked really good for them tonight.
Yeah. Max Fried is one of those guys. It's like if you watch him, you don't really know why he's successful. He doesn't give the impression of a guy throwing 95, 96 miles an hour. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like he's throwing like max effort. Not a name joke there, but his curveball is just so deadly. He's probably, best left-handed curveball in the league when he's healthy. When he was in Atlanta, he was always good for a late season finger blister. Something always happened that some weird, injury would keep him. He'd miss a few starts late in the season, but he was pretty good. The year they won the World Series, he was excellent. I have no complaints. I mean, it was sad to see him go, but that's baseball. I mean, that's kind of the life of being a Braves fan. The Braves don't really spend on pitchers long term, so you kind of expect to see that happen. I mean, they haven't really spent on pitchers long term since the '90s with Maddox, Glavine, and Smoltz. It's been such a long time. That's okay. Fried is tough. The Yankees. I mean, listen, they'll take 2 for 2 with a walk and a run scored out of Austin Wells in that 9-hole from a catcher all day. I'll take that all season. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Yankees are they've got to stay healthy too. I think that spending money doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to win in baseball, right? But it gives a huge leg up on everybody else who doesn't. And there are a lot of teams who don't. And I think that's what this again, December 1st, the lockout is looming. We're going to see a lot of things that are going to get I want to say negotiated, but this is going to be more heated than that. I think I don't see them coming to a surprise agreement before December 1st. So I don't think that's going to happen at all. It's not trending that way. I think two sides are so far apart on pretty much everything. A lot of people want a salary cap. People at least, at the very least, want a salary floor. I mean, they'd like to see teams spending a certain minimum amount, and maybe some harsher punishments for the teams that don't. For the teams that throw a $32 million payroll out there when you got teams like the Mets and the Dodgers or whatever, the $250 million payroll or more, yearly. And I know some of the Dodgers money gets whatever. It's pushed down the line. They're not paying Shohei Ohtani until like 2076 or whatever. Like, can we really get away with not paying this guy until after he's dead? Can we do that? But they're doing it, whatever. So yeah, he won't even see a lot of those millions until his contract is technically up in LA. Which whatever. I guess that's how you want to do it. That's how you want to do it. But I mean, I think about the team. I think about like a team like the Guardians. If they had an 85 or 100 or 125 million dollar payroll, what they could do, and would you even want them to do it? I mean, I was thinking about is anybody better than the Guardians at developing pitchers? Like, would you? It seems like that's where they invest that money, right? They use money and they invest in scouting and development. And would you want them buying a bunch of free agents and trying to go that route, or do you like I don't know. I mean, what's better?
I would definitely want them to spend some money, Chad. That's where we're going to differ a little bit. I definitely want them to spend some money. I mean, they have been scared to spend money, it seems like, since Edwin Encarnacion, which, by the way, was a good that was a great free agency signing. I mean, it worked out for a majority of that contract. So I don't understand why the Dolans are so afraid to spend money. Now, I understand right now, and we'll talk about the Guardians a lot more tomorrow. I understand, though, about the Guardians not wanting to maybe spend money right now. There's a lot of variables up in the air. What we talked about, there might not be a baseball season next year, depending on what goes on. Like I said, very unlikely. It seems like that's why we're going to celebrate 2026's MLB season.
Yeah, changes in ownership with the things that a lot of things happening behind the scenes. Exactly. I get not going out and pouring a bunch of money into free agents this year. But despite that, I mean, the Guardians have had I don't know, probably a top 5 record over the past decade in baseball. I don't know. I don't know that.
But I don't think we're arguing about that anymore, though, Chad. To be honest with you, my friend, I don't think we're arguing about them being a top 5 or top 10. We know they're a top 3rd baseball team at worst most years. We know that. I mean, there's been the Manny Acta years where they've been rough, and we get that. But under Tito Francona and under Stephen Vogt, who 2-time AL Manager of the Year.
Yeah.
You're looking at a guy who we're trying to see a World Series out of you now. We aren't looking for AL Central Division crowns are nice and all, and the comeback was awesome last year. But I'm going to be the first to say it. It doesn't really matter too much when you're still not talking about a World Series since 1948. It's been a long time. We're starting to really increase into that 100-year mark, and I don't want to get to that point. I want to bring Jose Ramirez a World Series. The guy has taken 2 discounts, hometown discounts here for the Guardians, and he's going to go down as one of, if not the greatest Guardian of all time. For sure, the greatest Guardian of all time. Now, we'll talk about greatest Cleveland baseball player of all time. There's a discussion to be had, but he's in that conversation.
For sure.
I want to get a championship for that guy. I want to get a championship for Stephen Vogt. Excuse me. Goodness, I'm all hyped up. Stephen Vogt, I want to get a championship for him because he's won 2 managers of the year. He's done something here. I want to win it for guys that didn't get to win it. The Jim Thomes of the world, the Tito Franconas of the world. I want to win it for this franchise. And I get it. I'm not out there playing, but look, Papa Moon is probably one of the biggest baseball fans I know in my entire life. Probably the biggest baseball fan I know. He taught me how to play the game of baseball. And he's told me time and time again he would trade 1 million NBA championships and 1 million Super Bowls for 1 World Series. And I would just like to see, I don't know if I agree with trading 1 million for 1, but it seems a little unfair.
Seems like a favorable trade one way. Yeah.
Yeah. But I do think, for Papa Moon and these generations that are just diehard baseball fans in Cleveland, we need one. And you got to spend some money on the offense. That's why to tie it all back together, sure, the pitching's great, Chad.
Yeah.
But it's always they're missing that 4th spot or that 5th spot. And we'll see with Manzardo this year, but they're always missing that pop in the bat that they can't win it without it.
Well, I mean, now they've got Rhys Hoskins going, and if he's healthy, I think you can reasonably expect him to, I mean, he's got some pop, right? He's going to hit some home runs if he's healthy. You've got Travis Bazzana. I know people make a huge deal of him getting sent down to AAA. I think that's really just so he can, it seems like just work on a couple of things. I mean, I think everybody's impressed with him. I think he's moving along on a good trajectory. I don't think by any means they're worried about him. I just think they don't want to rush him along. They've won without him. Could you imagine, if he spends half the season in AAA, make sure he's healthy, make sure he's seeing the ball well, whatever it is, that if they're working on maybe a different defensive position or whatever, and then it's like adding somebody at the trade deadline halfway through the season. A guy like Travis Bazzana, number 1 overall pick, right? But maybe one of the top prospects in baseball. We don't know. But at least, like I say, he's trending that way. And then you add him for free near the trade deadline. I mean, that's an enormous pickup, right? So
it is.
Sometimes if you can start to win without these guys and then add them one by one or whatever, if you get Rhys Hoskins going a little more and then get Travis Bazzana in there, all of a sudden it feels like you're trending upward, if you're the Guardian.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. I just want them to be careful, Bazzana, too. And I'm a big Travis Bazzana fan, but I want them to be careful because they have the Guardians, as great as they've been pitching-wise, it seems like offensively, a lot of their prospects have been great, but been great elsewhere because they just haven't worked out here or, they moved on too early. And I want them to be careful. He's a former, he's 2 years ago, he was the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
The guy's playing on Team Australia in the World Baseball Classic. He's a star. He's like a star in the making. I just want the Guardians to be careful with him. But I do agree. That is something that could be an addition. But why not be aggressive? Maybe not. Okay, I get this year's a little anomaly, and maybe I'm just feeling from years past. But why not be aggressive? Why not go out and go get somebody at the deadline? The reason they were in the hunt in 2016 and were literally outs away from winning a World Series is because they went out and got Andrew Miller. They went out and got aggressive at the deadline. They went out and got these guys. And I want to see that again from the Guardians. I want them to kind of give the respect to these guys that are playing their hearts out. I mean, we just had one of the biggest comebacks. The largest comeback to win a division last year.
The largest, yeah.
Why can't they get some love from ownership and get another offensive bat in there? Why? I get it. The prospects are good, but why are we being sold on that?
Yeah, and I think it's because you've seen it. I mean, the free agency signings haven't necessarily worked out in the long run. Yeah, you've got the Edwin Encarnaciones, the odd one-off situations that did work out. But for all those, you've got all the other ones that didn't, right? Like, it just you add a big right-handed power bat, and the next thing you know, you're sitting in July and someone's hitting 208 with 6 home runs, right, and 184 at bats or whatever, and you're like, okay, well. That platoon situation that was our big right-handed bat. We were forced to platoon. Now he's got less than 10 home runs in July. That's a bust, right? Like, I'm not going to name names, but I mean, it happens,
That's fair. That's fair. I
Yeah, I
mean,
don't
but
want to call anybody out. It's not like it's easy to hit a baseball at the major league level. I get it.
right.
Pitchers are better now. I mean, they throw harder than they've ever thrown, ever in baseball
Yeah.
history. It's not easy to go out there and barrel up a round ball with a round bat. I mean, it's just not. So, yeah, when guys are throwing 103, 104 miles per hour, no, it's not going to get easier to hit by any means. You guys have better sliders now. Like, it's ridiculous. They have Tommy John surgery. They come back throwing harder in some instances. Whatever. It's like pitchers are like these bionic machines out there right now, throwing 104, 105 miles an hour.
I know.
It's crazy, So what do? You got the torpedo. Remember the torpedo bats? That was a big thing for a while. Is that even a thing anymore? I haven't even I don't
Can
even
you
know.
believe that was last year's opening day? That was last year's opening day. They were mad about it with the Yankees.
Wild.
And here we are talking about the Yankees and opening day or opening night, just absolutely smoking the Giants. I want to get a update here while we've been having a very, we said we weren't gonna talk any Guardians tonight, Chad. We're so funny, man. We're so hilarious.
Yeah.
We said no Guardians tonight, and here we are. But it's okay because that just
So
tells
we'll
you,
save it for tomorrow because
but it tells people that obviously we're excited, regardless of how they're going to finish. And I predicted them to win the division. I believe 93 games. I got to double check the Guardians preview. I got to go back and write it down. But I know I predicted over 90 wins, closer to 100 wins. I do think they're going to have a good year, but I want to see them get to the World Series. And I didn't predict them to get to the World Series. I did not predict that because I just think because they keep neglecting the offensive side of the game here, and I think Rhys Hoskins could be that guy.
we made those picks. I was gonna say we made those picks before the Hoskins signing, and I said 84 wins, and they make me nervous. I mean, they were very vulnerable to left-handed pitching. And what are the Tigers? The Tigers have a pretty nice 1-2 punch. And by the way, they're both lefties. So, with Framber Valdez and Scubo's obviously the ace there, but Scubo and Valdez. So that to me made the Guardians very vulnerable to a team right here, not only in their own division, but a close rival. To me, they were in trouble there. And with the Rhys Hoskins, like I said, if they can get Hoskins going if he's healthy, I think that makes them better, a little less susceptible to lefties or whatever. That probably wins. If he's healthy, they probably win 4 or 5, 6 extra games. So I think they can get to 90 wins. But still, will that be enough? I don't know that it'll be enough. I'm not sure. I think the Tigers look really good. We'll have to find out. I mean, it's a long season. We're going to see it play out. It's 162 games, man. We're in it for the long haul now.
We sure are. And we're going to talk more Guardians tomorrow. We're going to go to break here shortly. I do got to ask you a question. We talked about it before we got on air, but you got to tell the people. How do you feel about the Braves?
Oh, man. Well, I mean, listen to Braves.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't tell you I was going to ask you on air, but just tell the people because it seems like there's a lot going on before they've even started this season.
There's always a lot going on before they start the season. And I don't know what the off-season throwing program looks like for the Braves pitching staff, but apparently it's a lot of couches and TVs and rest and maybe, I don't know, some adult beverages. I really don't know. This is 2 years in a row. Last year, opening day, 100% of the starters were on the IL, out. And some of those, granted, some of those were only 10 days. They only missed a couple starts or whatever. They were just, out until whatever, or early April. Still, right? When you start day one, opening day is not fun when you don't even have your ace on the mound. Like you're already going to AAA, right, for a starter. It's not good. This year, a little better. Only 80% of the starting staff is on the IL. The problem is you've got Hurston Waldrep out for the season. Joey Wentz, who was going to compete for a bullpen spot, a spot starter, probably was going to get, at least 10 to 15 starts, if not more this season. He got hurt in a freak, accident at first base, trying to cover. He's out for the season now. You've got Spencer Schwellenbach, who had to have, some stuff cleaned up in his elbow. He's probably going to be out until, I don't know, July. Again, now we're talking close to the trade deadline. I mean, this is the point where you're trying to figure out if you're a buyer or a seller, and the Braves aren't even going to have most of their pitching staff back by then. And it's frustrating. You got Jurickson Profar suspended, by the way, second straight season suspended for PED use. Last year it was 80 games. Now it's 162. Next time it's life, man. So stop taking PEDs, man. Do you remember the movie Liar Liar when Jim Carrey's like, you have any advice? He's like, stop breaking the law. Whatever. That's where I am with Jurickson Profar right now. So yeah, the Braves are a mess.
Is there a world, brother, where they trade Ronald Acuna at the deadline?
I hope not.
But is there a world, like you just talked about them being buyers or sellers? He's 28 years old.
No, I hope not. No, I really hope not. I think Ronald Acuna is a guy who I don't know if he's going to take a hometown discount the way that Ozzy Albies did, the way that Jose Ramirez did here in Cleveland. I don't know what Acuna. He certainly doesn't have to. He doesn't know anyone anything. But I think he's a guy who's comfortable in Atlanta. He said it over and over again. He wants to spend his career in Atlanta. He wants to spend his career there. His buddy, his best friend is Ozzy Albies. I mean, you can see they clearly are. They're like brothers, right, on the field. And even in the World Baseball Classic, going back and forth playing against each other, that was a lot of fun too. So no, he's a guy who wants to be there. I hope they make that happen for him. I know he's had some injury issues, but Eli, when he's healthy, he's electric. He's a top 3 to 5 player in Major League Baseball when he's healthy. And I get it. Sometimes the defense isn't there, and I think he's got some. He tore his ACL going after a fly ball a couple of years ago, and I think that's stuck with him a little bit. I think he still has some mental, hangups from that. To be honest with you, just going back, going back over his shoulder to the wall. No, I really hope that doesn't happen. I can't see a situation where, man, I just really hope not. And I don't even know what kind of return with the injury history. I don't know what kind of return you'd get.
Right.
So I think you're better off just trying to sign him. To be honest with you, you're better off just building around him. He's that.
Well, the reason I asked Chad, is because I'm a big Freddie Freeman guy. He's probably one of my favorite players of all time.
Yeah.
And I mean, we thought he'd be a Brave forever.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason I ask is, as soon as it's just like you said the buzzword, you said buyer seller. Those are the two buzzwords. And it's like the Braves have already, you mentioned, the injuries are already to the pitching staff, injuries to the offensive side of the ball, in position players. Mm-hmm. So it's already an uphill battle for the Braves. They've already got their World Series with this group, for most of this group.
And that was early, by the way. That was a couple years early.
Right.
I mean, the ETA for that success wasn't really supposed to be until around 2023, 2024. So that came early. So I think it's easy sometimes to have that letdown as an organization, right? Like you've been there, you got to the peak of the mountain, right? You won the World Series. But yeah, what's followed is, I mean, they've crumbled since. I mean, they haven't been at all the same team. I mean, they went from breaking home run records to barely being able to put the bat on the ball. And the pitching staff is injured, and it's I don't even know how you rebuild when you have this many injuries. I mean, who do you trade? You can't trade anyone. Everybody's on the IL.
That's what that's why
unload anyone. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, my bro. That's what I keep saying. If there's nobody else to trade and you're a seller at the deadline, who are you going to get the most return for? I'm not okay. I'm sorry. Let me stop. It's
you're not wrong. No, I mean it's having it. It's painful to think about.
I know, and I'm going to stop because it's March. We'll revisit this. We'll see what the Braves do. Okay, I'm gonna take the question down. We're gonna let you breathe for a minute. All right.
In June, we'll yeah. See how about that?
Absolutely. We've got a lot of baseball to talk about, and I can't wait to talk about it with you, my pal. And yes, a lot of great stuff here. Of course, great stuff here with our friend at AllieRoseFragrances.com. If you need a spring candle, look no further than our friend Allie Rose and AllieRoseFragrances.com. Lemon Bar, Soft Bloom, they are in right now with the spring edition. And of course, you can get your favorites as well from the past with AllieRoseFragrances.com using the code InsideEdge20. That's capital I, capital E, InsideEdge20, all one word. And these are great candles. Longer burn time. You've heard us mention it on the network, here on the Inside Edge Network, that it is a longer burn time. It is just great smelling candles. They are cruelty free. So obviously, it's just somebody doing great business, somebody we enjoy working with in terms of AllieRoseFragrances.com, and we love supporting her business. She supports us here on the Inside Edge Network, and we want to tell you that we support you getting a great candle and getting a great smelling candle at that. Chad, I know you probably have spiced apple burning somewhere, and if not, I know it's just because I know we've had some dangers one time with the candle.
Kids, they're eyeing it, man. I gotta hide it from my kids. I gotta save it. No, I'll be ordering more actually very soon. But yeah, when it comes to Allie Rose Fragrances, we're 100% buyers. We would never trade her away to rebuild. Never, ever, ever would we ever do that to Allie Rose Fragrances. So please, like I said, the longer lasting candle, the cruelty free vegan materials used in all the candles, all the body mists. Everything's homemade. I mean, she does everything by hand. It's amazing. So please go to AllieRoseFragrances.com. Use the code InsideEdge20. Save yourself 20% off your first order. Your house, your loved ones, whoever you decide to gift any of this to, they're going to smell amazing. Their home is going to smell amazing. You can't go wrong.
Absolutely. You heard Chad and I. Inside Edge 20 is the code. AllieRoseFragrances.com. Great candles, great body mist, and it's spring season. So go ahead and get with us. Come on, get the lemon bar. Double A has the lemon bar, and I'm excited to go hang out with Double A here soon. Yeah, I need to go. I need to go kick it at Double A's house. We need to order some pizza. You get the shakaroni pizza. You seen the shakaroni pizza with
No.
the big pizza? So
How do I not know about this shit? What is it, like 7 feet tall? Like, how do they do that? They just stack.
I'm not giving the name of the pizza company that makes it because they don't sponsor us yet.
Yeah,
But
they can get on board if they want to.
yeah, shakaroni pizza. I'm gonna go over to Double A's house. We're gonna light the lemon bar candle, and we're gonna get the aroma going, man. And we're gonna enjoy the Alley Rose fragrance candle, man. And we're gonna eat some pizza, probably watch some Monday Night Raw, go over to the Side Hustle Wrestling podcast here in the Inside Edge Network, do a lot of great stuff. All right, but this is Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. That's Chad Bryan to my right, your left. I'm Eli Moon. We are off and running. We are having a heck of a start.
If you want to be a part of Pizza Night, no.
Yeah, exactly. Come join the Inside Edge Network. We're lighting up Alley Rose fragrance candles, and we're having shakaroni pizzas. All right. With that being said, this is Inside Edge Primetime. When we come back here on the Inside Edge Network, we're going to talk about the NCAA. Kansas, North Carolina, they both have openings, it seems. So we're going to talk about that.
Should I put my resume? Or?
I think you should, because we're going to talk about the pressures it takes to be a top college coach. And who would want these types of jobs right now? Maybe a former NBA player. We'll talk about that and a lot more here when we come back. And later on, we're going to go way back Wednesday. This is Inside Edge Primetime here in the Inside Edge Network. That's Chad Bryan. I'm Eli Moon. Use the QR code during the break and go to our partners page and get some great stuff from Fanatics, AlleyRoseFragrances.com, and many more. We're back after this.
Whether you're searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at sportsmemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and player. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, but you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the sportsmemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee.
And welcome back to Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad, Bryan, over there, to my right, your left. There he is. I'm Eli Moon. This is Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Shout out to our friends over there at sportsmemorabilia.com. Chad, what's so funny, man?
What happened to your audio, buddy?
What happened?
We're extremely modulated. You got very loud in my ears all of a sudden. Is that me?
Oh, no. That might be loud. Does it sound better now? I might just be excited.
I don't know. It sounds.
I just might be excited.
I don't know. You never know what we're gonna get on here. Honestly,
All right.
you never know.
All right, well, hey, if I sound a little better now, we'll begin again. This is Inside Edge Primetime. That's Chad, Bryan. I'm Eli Moon. Again, Sports Memorabilia. They obviously are one of our sponsors, and they have been great to us, showing obviously some really cool stuff there. Mickey Mantle baseball, some other great stuff on there, and yeah, absolutely. Chad, do I sound a little bit better now?
Nope. Nope. You are coming to us from the inside of a tin can right now. I don't know what happened. You're very loud, very overmodulated. It's okay, though. We know you're passionate. We know you love your sports. We love your sports memorabilia. You love your sportsmemorabilia.com, and we're going to give you some time to figure it all out. I was showing you my Bob Feller signed baseball there during the break, if you can see that at the bottom. And I did not know you back on here and yell at all of us. So I'm sorry that I upset you in some way. I apologize for that. That's okay. We're going to make it work for the rest of the night. That's okay.
I'm going to try it. 1, 2, 1, 2. How's that?
That's a little better. We're going to make it work.
All right. Jeez almighty. All right. Yeah, we just completely lost it. All right, well, here we are. We're back. It's the NCAA. We're going to talk about the NCAA. Maybe I'm not the fit for Kansas or North Carolina. Maybe I'm not the guy for the next head coach for at least North Carolina. Hubert Davis out as the head coach, and right now Bill Self still the head coach. He's talking about retirement. There's no official word yet. My question to you is, which job would you take, North Carolina or Kansas?
Which is do either of the jobs have a quiet place where I can go hide from? No, I don't know. First of all, you got to tell me things. North Carolina's cool. I was a big Michael Jordan fan when I was a kid, so I always kind of gravitated toward North Carolina basketball. Always liked the jerseys, whatever the shorts look cool. Kansas is fine. I don't understand. I don't really know what's Rock Chalk Jayhawk. I don't know what that is. I feel like I would have to know that if I got hired. I don't know. Is there like do I get to learn the cheers and all the things? Do I ever know what I got to know that stuff, right? If I get to a press conference and I say Rock Chalk Jayhawk, I can't look like Liam Cohen if they're going Duval, right? I got to know that. Yeah. I got to say it with my chest, right? So I'm going to have to learn all that stuff. I'm sure North Carolina has some student chants that I would have to know. I guess at North Carolina, you just got to beat Duke. That's a big thing, right? They're probably like Ohio State fans. You can go 2-35 as long as you just beat Duke twice, right? That's all you got to do. It'll be good. Kansas, I don't know. I mean, either way, loud typing is that too. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to you. This is fun, though. This is a lot of fun. This is a challenge.
This is great. I don't sound any better than I did 2 minutes ago.
Absolutely not. No, you sound
okay.
But that's fine. Okay. I'm honest. If nothing else, Eli, I'm very honest. So we're gonna get through this with honesty tonight. But yeah, I got to know more about Rock Chalk Jayhawks. Someone's got to tell me why I'm talking about rocks and chalk and then I don't exactly know what a Jayhawk is a bird. I know that, but I don't know. I would have to know more. I guess I would have to first of all update my resume. I don't think I come across as the best candidate for either of these schools, so it's hard for me to answer. I guess I would gravitate toward North Carolina because I was a Michael Jordan fan when I was a kid. Man, that's if I had the choice. If Kansas and North Carolina were beating down my door, and they needed an answer from me by 11 p.m. When hopefully this is over and we can get out of whatever this sound is, I would probably just say, "Hey, listen, it's North Carolina for me. You forced me into a decision. You made me. I'm staying on the East Coast. It's what I know. The Midwest is fine. It's great. Loves a nice Midwest night. I'm sure. It's not even really Tornado Alley anymore. I can't say that. But yeah, I'm just going to stick with the East Coast. I'm going with North Carolina, I guess. I don't know.
All right. Well, I'm hoping my sound.
There's an ex-NBA player. Very loudly, you said there was an ex-NBA. Is there someone else that's maybe better than me?
Well, I'm hoping my sound. I don't know if it sounds any better than it's been this entire segment, but I hope it's a little bit better. If not, we're just gonna keep rolling through it. But I did hear on First Take there was Stephen A. Smith. He was out there saying that maybe Kenny the Jet Smith would take the position.
Yeah, your tone's changing now. It's awesome. You're going full robot mode on me. I don't know if this is going out like this or not, but it's hilarious on my end. Please keep going. I'm fully entertained. Kenny the Drip Smith is thinking about taking the.
Yes.
All right, we're having fun. Hey.
All right. Why don't we do this, Chad? Why don't we take a quick pause? We're gonna take a quick pause. I'm gonna figure out what's going on, and we're gonna come back here. We'll be right back. We'll talk about Kansas and North Carolina. This is Primetime, unfiltered, unedited, straight live for you. Here we go.
Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Ryan and Hallie Mosser. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio, but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com.
All right. And we are back. Chad, how do I sound? Do I sound any better, pal?
Listen, if you feel like you sound better,
Do I sound any better?
it's not great, but we're gonna make it through. We've only got a few minutes left. We're good to go.
Okay, all right. Why don't we just go to Wayback Wednesday here, pal?
We're in Bozo land, man. We're in Bozo land, man.
Take it away.
All right. At least we could hide behind this. Okay, listen. So Wayback Wednesday, we're just gonna start it because we need to. We need help. Please send help if you're listening, watching, whatever. And I don't know if you remember on the show the other day, I talked about seeing the post asking if Ohio was a college basketball hotbed. Ohio proved immediately that we are not. 0-4 in the tournament. That's okay. That happens. But in 1961, look what happened. The 23rd NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. UC, the University of Cincinnati, beats Ohio State 70-65 in overtime. And listen, if you don't like the Buckeyes, then maybe this is where the Cincinnati kind of the mild hate for Ohio State comes from. Because Cincinnati wins the national championship, and it doesn't matter. They give the most outstanding player to Jerry Lucas from Ohio State anyway. It doesn't matter. Didn't matter that UC won. So that was the 1961 Ohio State wins. Cincinnati wins the national championship over Ohio State. Jerry Lucas is named the most outstanding player. Moving on in our Wayback Wednesday. That's hopefully the last segment of the show tonight because it's falling apart quickly. Also NCAA basketball in 1967. UCLA beats Dayton. And again, there's another Ohio team in the championship game, right? 79-64. Lou Alcindor would later change his name to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Famously, he was named the tournament most outstanding player. At least he came from the winning team. That makes sense. So a little college basketball for you on Wayback Wednesday. And I've got a pretty interesting list of I've got a couple of honorable mentions that we can get to. I'd love to get Eli's take, but he would sound full-on robotic. I think we've just replaced Eli with a robot. We're automating the show. Obviously, robots can do our job. Robots are going to host the show from now on. It's going to be fun. 1982, Wayne Gretzky becomes the first NHL player. That's an inside joke. Sorry. To score 200 points in a single season. We all know about Wayne Gretzky's greatness. I think you could take away all of his goals scored. He would still be the all-time leading scorer. That's crazy. Wayne Gretzky, obviously a legend, but in 1982, I was just a 3-year-old little tyke, Eli.
Chad, I'd love to. Do I sound any better?
Wait, maybe a little. Say it again.
Do I sound any better?
No. It keeps you keep going from like super high pitch to super low. It's funny. By all means, it's entertaining. So keep doing it. I'm enjoying it.
Keep doing it. Okay, all right.
I don't know what's going on with you.
Back to you, pal.
It's like you're on auto tune tonight. I'm not sure what's happening. Let's move to where do you want to go next? Let's go to 1997. This is a painful one for me, even as a Braves fan. This hurt my feelings. I don't know if you remember when the Cleveland Indians at the time traded the law firm of Lofton and Embry. I don't know why they don't have first names in this graphic. That made me laugh. Kenny Lofton, Alan Embry to the Braves for Marquise Grissom and David Justice. This was a trade that didn't make any sense to me for either side. And I've told you, I've been an Atlanta fan for a long time. I was a Braves fan. I was clearly watching the Braves almost every night back in 1997. You could see it on Kenny Lofton's face, and you could see it in his effort. You guys, man, when he got to Atlanta, he didn't want to be there. And I don't blame him. I mean, he was the catalyst. He was the guy in Cleveland. I don't know why they traded him. I do not understand why either side made this trade. I know there's some more to it. There's always inside stuff. There's clubhouse stuff going on, but this was just a bizarre trade. And the Braves needed some bullpen help, but Alan Embry really wasn't it at the time. And then for poor Kenny Lofton to get traded out of Cleveland, he was clearly at home here in Cleveland. And like I said, just the effort wasn't there. The heart, it broke his heart. You can see it. You can see it on his face. It broke his heart.
Yeah.
Traded out of Cleveland and to end up in Atlanta. Just didn't want to be in Atlanta, and that's okay. I'm not mad at him for it. I completely understood at the time. This was a really bizarre trade to me. Yeah, I just never got it. And just to fit some more Brave stuff in on this date in 1966, Tom Glavine was born. It's a guy I modeled a lot of my, a lot of what I did on the mound after. I tried to be some kind of mix between, Tom Glavine, Greg Maddux, and John Smoltz. I think those are three pretty good guys to model yourself after. But yeah, Tommy Glavine, born on this day in 1966. I had to use this picture because that's the glove that I used when I pitched for most of my adult career and all my adult career really. And the other picture from the website was him in a Mets uniform, and we don't do that here, so that's not going to happen.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's very fair. Listen, a couple of honorable mentions that didn't make the list because I couldn't quite get the graphic. But in 1939, Billboard magazine introduced what's known today as the country music chart. You'll never guess what it was named in 1939. Eli, it was the hillbilly music chart. Found that interesting. I was like, well, that's certainly fun. And then 1954, I want you to try. Well, I already told you before the show, but RCA manufactures the first color TV set. All right, 12.5-inch screen, 1954. RCA, first ever color TV. Think about what things cost in 1954 on average, and just know that this TV was going to set you back $1,000 for a 12.5-inch screen. Listen, Eli, if you were watching color TV in 1954 with RCA, you were elite. I mean, absolutely.
That's true.
Right?
That's true. That's true. And I'm guessing by you not laughing at me anymore that I sound a little bit better. So, maybe not. So,
tell it. Where is the helium balloon?
I don't know. I'm assuming my Wi-Fi just gave up after the opening night. Netflix took all my Wi-Fi, and now I have no Wi-Fi for the rest of the night. So, Chad, my final thoughts are I need Wi-Fi, and I'll see everybody tomorrow. Why don't you take us away with the final thoughts and close us out?
Listen, guys, my final thought: when you inhale the helium from a balloon, it might sound funny, but it can be very dangerous. Please don't do what Eli's doing tonight, kids. All right, it's not safe. Especially, I've heard of horror stories of people trying to do it straight from the machine where it's cold and it freezes your. Don't do that. No, I don't know. Check in with your Wi-Fi. Maybe talk to it. Send it a letter. When's the last time you've written your Wi-Fi a letter just to tell it how important it is to you, right? You're going to have to take care of your Wi-Fi. Eli, it starts with you, right? You're the example, and then maybe our viewers will know, hey, listen, I got to take care of my Wi-Fi. Maybe I should go restart it. Unplug it from the wall, count to 30 seconds, right? Plug it back in, give it a good reboot. Just see what happens. Listen, I don't know if it's your Wi-Fi or I don't know what's going on, but it's hilarious. Your voice was so overly modulated up and down. That was great. I hope it went out like that. If not, I sound like an insane person. But that's okay. I'm okay. I have kids. I'm used to looking and sounding insane. I'll lean into it. No problem. Eli, do you have any final thoughts before we get out of here or no? Nothing. Okay, nothing. Well, that's it, guys. Listen, we appreciate you. We appreciate what Eli's Wi-Fi used to do for us. It's been a hard, long battle, and I think Eli's Wi-Fi is maybe sign it off.
Well, Chad, we can't forget about our friends at W, though. We can't forget about our friends at W.
You're right. We can't forget about our friends at W. You're right. You are right. We have to. Yeah, you're right. We would be remiss if we did that. So go ahead and play the clean energy, bold flavors, no jitters. See why people won't shut up about W. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Helps you lock in and focus. Over 15 absolute fire flavors to choose from. Visit w.gg and use promo code InsideEdge10. There you go. Use the code. w.gg InsideEdge10. You heard it, the code. Just over 15 flavors. Sugarless, crashless energy, no jitters. You don't have, all the bad stuff, all the bad, nasty stuff for you. And again, zero sugar. So that's that sounds good to me. Energy sounds good to me. We might need to get maybe Eli's router, some W. I don't know. We'll have to do something. But guys, listen, I think that's it. We're gonna get out of here. We appreciate you. Remember, tomorrow night we start not at 10 o'clock. We start at 9. We're basically it's a de facto Guardians pregame show, right? For opening night for the rest of baseball. Well, opening day. But the Guardians are on the road. They're at Seattle, so they're going to play. I think it's a 10-10 first pitch. So we'll come at you about 9 o'clock or 9:05, depending on any technical issues that we never have those on this show. But if one should arise, we will work our hardest to get that out of the way, and we'll come to you at maybe 9:05, 9:10 at the latest, and we'll do a Guardians pregame show for you tomorrow night for opening day. Like I said, for the rest of baseball. So guys, hang in there with us. We appreciate you. Midnight Run is coming up in just a little less than an hour now with Anthony Alford. So might get to hear Eli Moon some more. You never know what he's going to sound like, so tune in for that. Do not miss it. That's going to be must-see TV or must-see internet stream. I don't know how to say that. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you. Thanks to all of our sponsors. And we hope it goes better tomorrow night. We'll see you tomorrow. Later, guys.